The G30 reliability is not what you think. This is gonna be a fun one. I have made the claim several times, and you've probably heard it elsewhere, that the B58 is one of the most reliable engines ever made that BMW has produced. I'm not talking about modern engines. I'm not going back to the naturally aspirated inline six. I think the N54, whatever it's called, that they've had forever. That thing's a tank, I get it. But as a whole, I think the G30 is super reliable. And if you guys start researching reliability, if you're looking to buy a G30, I think one of the main things you're gonna see is people saying, they're not reliable, the cooling system's shit. Dude, here's what I have to say to people who say that. I have not seen a German car on the market that doesn't have cooling system issues. And one of the main reasons why is because they use a lot of plastic components in their cooling system, straight up, and they're usually complicated. They're going through several different radiators or heat exchangers, whatever you want to call them, and they just shit breaks over time. And in my eyes, when someone's like, oh, the cooling system is shit, it's like, dude, you might have to replace a cooling line. You might have to replace, a reservoir, but it's like, we're not talking $5,000. It's not like the crank hub on a F80 M3 or the valve seals on the E90 M3. You know, it's not like some crazy diabolical issue. It's just a fucking, things break in a car. So I wouldn't let that skew your opinion. And also something else, people who, and I feel for them, people who have had bad experiences with any car, like if they get a car that just so happens to be riddled with issues, they're going to be the loudest. People who have no issues with their G30 or any car they own, they're not going to be on the forum shouting from the rooftops how reliable their cars are. That's never how people are. You're going to hear the negative the most from people, not the positive. And like, dude, the G30 really is a reliable car. Now, there are a few issues that do pop up that are specific to the G30. And one of them, well, the biggest issue that I've seen is the AC evaporator. That sits behind the dash. And when those go bad, the symptom is you just get a disgusting, musty, moldy smell in your car whenever you use your HVAC at all. Heater, AC, just the fan, you'll get a shitty smell. What sucks about that fix is they have to remove the entire dash to get to it. And people have had this issue, and it's expensive. It's an expensive job, because think about it, they have to remove your entire dash, all of the components, to get to this one part to replace it. Luckily in my car, when I ran the Carfax before I bought it, it had two previous owners. All the maintenance was done at dealerships. Most of it was done under warranty, and mine was replaced at 25,000 miles. I don't know if they redesigned the part. Basically what would happen from my understanding is it would leak and it would grow mold, and that's what causes the disgusting smell. And mine was replaced at 25,000 miles. And that's like the biggest thing that I can find with G30s is that. The other small things that go bad often, which these are just wear items, is your guibo or your flex disc, which is connected to your drive shaft. Those will crack over time. They're rubber. They'll crack over time. You'll have to replace that. There's an oil reservoir. I forget the exact name of it. It might leak a little bit. You'll have to replace that. They make metal ones you can get. That's like the major stuff, really, with the car. Going back to the AC, when I first got the car, I noticed my AC did smell, and I was like, fuck, dude, like, do I have the problem again? Luckily, it turned out to just be the in-cabin air filters. I swapped those out, smells fine. By the way, I didn't release a video on that. I tried to find the factory MAL filters on Amazon. Any good reputable brand on Amazon. I could not get the right size on Amazon. I ended up just going to ECS Tuning, and I got, what did I get? I didn't get MAL, I got Fran filters? I forget. Check the video. I have the specific link to the right cabin air filters, just in case you guys need to change yours. If there's a smell, just change them out. Get the charcoal ones. They don't smell at all. So that was a crisis averted. Anyway, going back to reliability. So if you're looking at a car around like 80,000 miles or something like that, the things that you're gonna probably have to fix or address right away is you always check the service records. You wanna see when the spark plugs were changed. They should have been changed around 50,000 miles. Ignition coils, I forget the service interval for that. I wanna say it's maybe 75 or 80,000 miles, I'm not 100% sure. You don't always have to change your ignition coils. Basically, when a coil goes bad, you'll know. You're gonna get misfires. You're probably gonna have a rough idle. But yeah, check to see when your spark plugs were changed. Check to see when your transmission was serviced. That's another big thing. The ZF 8-speed in this thing is fucking awesome, but you need to service it. And I think the service interval is 50,000 miles every 50K. And it's gonna cost about 750 bucks. They pretty much changed the entire oil pan on the transmission, and the filter's built into the oil pan, it's plastic. So they just remove that, drain it all, put the brand new one with the new filter in it, fill it back up, you're good to go. So if you're looking at a car with higher mileage and you don't see, if there's not any service history to it, or the service history stops, let's say at 50K or whatever, I think off the bat, it's probably a good idea, definitely a good idea to change the oil. I would change the spark plugs. I would service the transmission. I would do those 3 things right away. And if you can afford it, I would flush the cooling system, and I would get brand new cooling, and you might want to bleed the brakes and get brand new brake fluid and all that stuff, and just start fresh. You know, I would imagine there might be like 1,500 bucks to do all that, around 1,500, maybe 2,000 tops. That will get you in a really good spot, but also you need to check the flex disc, the Weibo, like I said, and suspension components. At that mileage, your bushings are probably not in the best shape, so you're gonna have to see, you know, a lot of times you can't just change a bushing, you have to get the entire suspension component. So these are all things you're gonna wanna get in a pre-purchase inspection. This is why, if you're looking at a high mileage car, definitely take it to a good, reputable mechanic that knows BMWs, that's near wherever you're gonna buy the car, and get it inspected, because it's an old German car. Like, you're gonna have to put some money into it, unless the previous owner did it all and they have service records, and great, you know, then you're good. But that's all wear and tear items. In terms of reliability, I think it's kick-ass. And minus any of the cooling issues, which, by the way, some people have told me the G30 is the worst out of all of them. They're not, dude. G20s will have them. The previous 3 series, they all have the cooling issues. In their own ways, they'll have cooling issues. So that's just part of the game. But beyond all that, dude, this is such a rock solid car, and the B58 is fucking awesome. And that's about it. Just wanted to kind of give my take on reliability. And I think they're awesome. So hope you saw value in this video, and until next time, have a good one.